This is Setlineup with a new fantasy draft tool for the fantasy draft site. Just going to explain how this tool works. It's a little bit different than our FanDuel version, where this tool you have to actually go in and export the players from the site to make it work to get the current player pool with their salaries for that day. This is the way it'll look whenever you first pull it up. Once you get to this screen, you will need to sign in to the fantasy draft site. I'll go ahead and pull that up now. And you would go into a contest for that day. This is an actual contest that I'm entered for today. And you'll notice on the player pool that there's a button that says export players. Basically, you just click that button and it'll give you the option to open or save. You would actually need to save this. Once you've saved this file, you can go back into the tool. So let's pull the tool back up. And you'll notice that there's this gray box that's going to show. You just click the select file, and you should see the file that you just saved. You would want to go ahead and open that up, and that imports all the players for the slate for today. On this screen, there's a few options that you can change to adjust what kind of lineups the tool will build for you. One of the main ones is you can take a team out if you don't like the matchup for the day. So if you didn't want any of the Boston players considered, you could just take that check mark out right here, and you'll notice that anyone from Boston will be eliminated from the player pool. You can also adjust if you want only starters considered or starters and backups. To take the backups out, you would just take the check mark out of the two right here, and you'll notice that it grays out additional players. You can also set the minimum fantasy points per game that a player gets on average in this box here if you want to try and have a team with a higher floor. And you can also adjust how in depth the algorithm goes when building the lineups. The higher you set this, the longer it'll take to build the lineups, and the lower you set it, the faster it'll go, because the process goes a little bit quicker because it's not going as in depth. On this screen, it also gives you the option to exclude a particular player from being considered or lock a player. So if you wanted to ensure that DeMarcus Cousins was going to be in all your lineups, you could just lock him in right here, and he was showing the lineups. Another feature that we added to this tool is the ability to change this points per game box. So if you think a player is going to score more than what it shows here, you can manually change that to whatever you want. So if we wanted to change Klay Thompson to 50 points, you would just adjust it there. Or if you wanted to lower a player's points per game to 25 or whatever it is, you could change it. Once you've set this to the settings that you want, you would just click the Build Lineups button. Now as it goes through, it's calculating the different lineups. And at any point in this process, you can stop it if you choose. If you hit cancel, it'll pull the lineups up at whatever point it was at, and it builds them right here for you. It starts off with the lineup that's projected the best, and as you scroll down, it makes changes in the lineup to the next best, and so forth. And that's basically it.